What's going on, everyone, and welcome back our YouTube fishing family to AF&S Outdoors. We're in the shop today because I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but it is coming through. We've got about 35 to 40 mile an hour sustained winds today, and it is just ripping through our neighborhood, I tell you that. So the plan had been to go out and do some fishing today. If you guys saw our last video, I actually got pushed out by some thunderstorms, some pop-up thunderstorms here in central Iowa. It really wasn't supposed to rain that day, so it was kind of a surprise, but caught some decent fish in a very short amount of time. The bite was definitely on. And during that trip, what I actually saw was the start of bedding behavior for our largemouth bass here in central Iowa. And it's about the end of April, so that seems about appropriate. And the water temps are coming up. The weather's been a little bit nicer. So I came home and started going through our soft plastics. And if you guys follow us on Instagram, Snapchat, you probably saw some of the pictures of me trying to go through and organize just a massive amount of soft plastics that I have accumulated. And especially with now that we're making our own baits, it's getting worse. But what I found was that I don't have a lot of baits that I was looking for bed fishing. So after going through all of my soft plastics, this is the only bag of like bed fishing baits that I have left after last year. So this is a pack of Crazy Craws from Bruiser Baits. This is their Moonlight color, which to me looks like it's a pretty like pearl heavy, and then it's got some silver glitter in it. So what I need to do is actually get some more baits, and I thought I would give it a shot at pouring my own. So I've got everything behind me that I think I want for this season. It's pretty quick here in central Iowa in the sense that I don't fish a lot of very clear bodies of water. A lot of it is very muddy, very dingy. So it's one of those things that bed fishing kind of takes different forms depending on the body of water that I'm on. But we do have some clear bodies of water that I do want to fish this year that I know hold good fish. And so I want some of these bright baits to be able to take with me. I'm gonna start out with some small cups. So these are just 1 measuring cups of our Dead On Plastic Plastisol. And I'm doing that for a specific reason. I wanna figure out what color formulas I would go with before I pour bigger batches. The molds that we're gonna go with the 702 craw mold. One of my favorite craw molds. I really do like this mold. The baits that I poured in our last video, I poured some June bug, I poured some zombie Mardi Gras, which you guys haven't seen that one yet, but I really love that color. But then in that giant remelt video that I did as well, I poured a bunch of these, and the bass have just been hammering them. They really seem to like it. I really like it because of the body style that is on that craw. I really like that denser style, that thicker style craw for pitching and flipping. So we're gonna pour some of those. We're gonna pour some of the official Gary Yamamoto Senkos from Do It Molds. So I wanna pour a couple packs of those at least. And then the last mold that I've got is, again, from Do It Molds. This is the Ned Rig mold. So I think they call it Midwest Finesse or something along that lines. But I do actually like flipping around a Ned rig, especially when the bass aren't really committing. They don't always pick up the bigger style baits the best. They can really be pretty finicky with how they pick them up and push them off the bed. And that is times where I will go down to a Ned rig. I have no problem with it if it's catching fish. Not my favorite bait to throw. Don't like throwing the little turds, but you know what? If it gets the job done, it gets the job done. So that's where we're gonna start out today, although I don't know where we're gonna end up because we are definitely gonna be playing with some colors and some different glitters and stuff like that. But if you guys do enjoy the video, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We greatly appreciate it. Helps out the channel, helps us do a little bit more of this stuff. And as always, thanks for taking some time out of your day to watch this video. Let's go ahead and get started making some bed fishing soft plastics. All right, guys, so got the first set heated up here, and I've been trying to kind of debate on what we wanted to do, and I think we're gonna go ahead and start with the white because I think that's the one that I'm gonna play with the most. I think the pink's gonna be pretty straightforward. So I grabbed some silver hollow glitter. This is rather small size, it's a 0.015, and then I went ahead and grabbed out black. This is a little bit larger black. I think this is medium, it's 0.04. But I've also got some hollow gold that I was kind of thinking might look good in this too. But we're gonna see, we're just gonna play with the white first, just see what it takes to kind of get the color we're looking for. And I'm gonna go with the silver for sure. So this is hollow silver. This stuff gets absolutely everywhere, but it looks amazing. So I think I'm gonna go ahead with a full quarter teaspoon, just see what that looks like. I'm playing with it, seeing how it looks. And then we're gonna go with, again, this medium black. I wish I had a larger black, I don't. Clear out this teaspoon here. But I don't want a lot. I just kind of want it to be, to show up, but not be overpowering. A little bit of contrast, and I'm kind of happy with that. So I think we're gonna go ahead and pour this, see what it looks like in a couple of the styles of the bait, see if we're happy with it or if we need to back off or change something up. All right, so here's what we've got after the reheat. I'm not sure if it's a hologram glitter in there or not. It actually kind of looks like it has almost a bluish tint to it. So we're just gonna pour a straight Senko, see what it looks like. So let's see what we got, see if this is gonna be the winner, if we need to switch some stuff up. There we go. They're not bad. So overall, I don't hate it. They definitely have more of a, it's almost like a blue or grayish tint to it. I'm not gonna waste it because it looks fine. This is gonna be able to, I'll be able to see this just fine in the water. So I think we're gonna pour this, and we're also gonna pour the pink, but I may try in a little bit to adjust the white side of this a little bit, but definitely not gonna let this go to waste. It's fine, it'll work just great. I don't hate it, it's just not exactly what I was going for, and because of that, we'll try it again. All right, so I've got the white laminate side done. Close this up, get it clamped. I went ahead and redid the pigment on the pink. So it is a lot darker now. Ended up adding, I don't know, probably 12 or 15 more drops of that neon pink, which has really kind of brightened that color up, and it's not as transparent, which I think is gonna be good. So first run was just way too transparent. This run I think is gonna work out a little bit better. So let's go ahead and get this injected. And again, I'm trying to inject this a little bit hotter. That way we get good bonding to everything, hold good pressure. Just for a second or two. Break it off. Top it off. And hopefully we'll be good to go. Okay, did we win or lose? Oh my gosh, there's some suction on that. That doesn't look too bad. Kind of got interesting result on a couple of those, it looks like. This one in particular. But these three are basically exactly what I was going for. Nice white side. We get a little bit of that glitter showing through, kind of that black again, just give it a little bit of contrast, and then nice bright bubblegum pink on the opposite side. Those look good. Let's look at this one. So this one's kind of interesting. It looks like maybe the white side, when I tore them out, didn't get back down in the groove all the way. Looks like some plastic might have cheated over. Pretty good overall. Pretty happy with that. So I think I'm gonna make one more batch of these and then we'll move on to the craw. All right, well I talked about it earlier, so I thought I'd show you guys how I approach the Ned rigs. And actually I did the laminates on my other rounds of Senkos in a very similar fashion. I actually hand pour half of the bait and then close it and inject the second color on these. I do not have a laminate plate for the Ned rigs, and I actually really kind of prefer this method anyway. I think the laminate plate's a little bit more work than what's necessary. So I just fill it up fill up half of the cavity, close the lid, and then inject the second color. Here's the Ned rigs and how they turned out. So nice white bottom, pink tops, and you can see that laminate line's actually pretty decent for, you know, being a hand pour. You get a little bit of spillover every once in a while. Like on this, I'm looking at these and I can see like I didn't fill this side all the way right there. These look better on this side. They're pretty much full, but there's a couple smaller areas. So when that happens, that pink will carry over a little bit. But again, is any fish going to care? I think not. All right, guys. Well, to finish up the baits for today and finish up this video, we're gonna end with the craw mold, and I'm kind of hopeful I can actually get away with doing this maybe just twice. I did pour a new batch of white, and this time I changed it up. So I did add a little bit of the pearl powder, and then I added just straight silver flake as opposed to the hologram glitter. And this is actually 0.015, just straight, I believe it's square cut. No, it is hex cut. Just hex cut silver. And then I added, I think maybe 5 or 6 drops of white. And that's kind of more of that, you know, that moonlight color that I was kind of looking for. But I am not disappointed at all with the way the other batch turned out. So what I want to end up with is I want to end up with a few that are solid white, a few that are solid pink, and then a couple of each that have mixed claws. And this is a big mold that takes a lot of plastic, so using the larger injector now. Here's the new white color. I think it turned out really nice. I like just the straight silver in there. Let's see how we did with the new white. See if it even filled up the whole mold. It definitely looks like it did. So I'm actually really happy with how these turned out. So I think I'm gonna keep all 4 of these, and then I'm gonna do a round of pink, and then I'll bring you guys back in when we do a set of the mixed claws, and that's where we'll conclude today's video. Okay, so I have the claws cut. So pink claws, got them in place. We're gonna close up the mold and inject the white, and we should be done. All right, here we go. With any luck, this is gonna go well, and I will have myself some spawn time bed fishing baits. Again, trying to pour it a little bit hot so that it bonds well to those claws, holding good pressure. The one thing I like about this mold is with those screw locks, you can really lay into some of the pressure on that. Make sure you get a good bond. All right. Give that a couple minutes to cool off and see how we ended up. All right, well, it's time to see if these turned out half as cool as I thought they'd be. I tell you, I'm not disappointed with anything we've gotten so far today. I think they're gonna do a great job. Again, those whites, the pinks, really easy to see on beds. Oh yeah, that'll work. Well, what do you guys think? Personally, I think they're pretty cool. I think that should definitely give me something to look at and be relatively easy to spot in the water. And I think the stark contrast between the claws and the body will hopefully entice some fish too. So we ended up with some really good baits in my opinion, and something that I think will work really, really well for bed fishing this spring. Spawn is about here, so definitely looking forward to carrying these in the bag over the next few weeks and hopefully putting them to use. I do have a few extra baits over here. The ones that we started out with, the pink did not really show up in the way that I wanted it to. You can kind of see the difference in the vibrance. Just not quite as vibrant as I wanted it to, but I do have a pile of them. There's about 8 of those that I think will still catch fish, but not the ones that I'm most proud of. Couple things, even within this group, the laminate Senkos turned out really nice, I think. This is at
first round of the white that had the holographic glitter and also a little bit of that larger black, but really happy with those and how they turned out. Did that with a couple rounds of Senkos and then also with a couple rounds of Ned rigs, just hand pouring the white and then injecting the pink on top of them. And then I changed the white color that I was using, and I really like how these turned out. I think they look spectacular. I did do a round of just solid pink craws as well. And then these, which I'm really excited to use, the pink claws, the white bodies, I think those are gonna stand out really, really well. All right, guys, so that's gonna wrap it up. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really helps out the channel if you guys will do that. Lets me keep doing what I love to do, which is make baits and go fish, and obviously record it and bring it to you guys so you guys can come along with some of those adventures. Definitely looking forward to getting the spawn on here in central Iowa. I think we're just couple weeks away and it's going to be really, really good. Definitely looking forward to utilizing these baits too. I love these Senkos. I think this is one bait that I'm going to use a lot of, and I'm glad we have some extra plastic because then I can pour some more. I'm telling you, whether it's Texas rigged, wacky rigged, whatever way you want to present it, I think these are going to be killer on some beds this spring. So again, thanks for taking time out of your day to watch our video. We greatly appreciate it. We'll see you guys next time right here on AFNS Outdoors.